Hello dear students and welcome back. I hope you all are good. So in previous video we have discussed the last point of the lesson, that is adaptation in tropical rainforest. Correct? Today we will be discussing exercise of chapter 7. So you have to think whatever you have learned, and before watching this video read the textbook. Okay, keep notebook and a pen and a textbook, write questions properly and write down answers. Try to write it by your own and then match it, then check whether your answer is right or wrong with the help of this video. Okay, so here we start. Question first is name the elements that determine the weather of a place. So what are the elements? Elements means the particular terms which describes about weather, about the surrounding nature. Okay, so what are the elements of weather of a place? How we can describe weather of a place? With the help of temperature we can describe, with the help of humidity we can describe, with the help of rainfall, wind speed. Okay, cloud, sky is clear or it is very dark, right? There are different elements. These are some elements: temperature, humidity, rainfall and wind speed. Correct? Have you understood what is meant by elements? Okay, these elements means this is not the elements which is present in chemistry. In higher classes you will be learning elements in chemistry, that is different. These elements means the particular terms which help us to determine, to describe about the weather. Like today's weather is hot, today's weather is humid, today temperature is very low, today temperature was very high. So rainfall was, heavy rainfall was there, high wind speed was there. Okay, so these temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, these are the elements of the weather. Many more are there, you can add by your own. Okay, so let's go to the next. Question number 2, when are the maximum and minimum temperatures likely to occur during the day? The maximum temperature during the day occurs at the afternoon, while the minimum temperature occurs in the early morning, right? So this is the answer of question 2. This we have discussed during when we were learning this lesson. Okay. Question 3, fill in the blanks. The average weather taken over a long time is called as dash. Second, a place receives very little rainfall and the temperature is high throughout the year. The climate of the place will be dash and dash. The two regions of the earth with extreme climatic conditions are dash and dash. So do you know the answer? Yeah, we'll see the answer. The average weather taken over a long time is called as climate. Second, a place receives very little rainfall and the temperature is high throughout the year. The climate of that place will be hot and dry. Like example, what is the example of this? In India, Rajasthan, right? Third, the two regions of the earth with extreme climatic conditions are the polar region and the desert. Okay. Then indicate the type of climate of the following areas. You have to write the climate for these areas like Jammu Kashmir, Kerala, Rajasthan, Northeast India. What is the answer? Jammu Kashmir climate is moderately hot and wet. Okay. Kerala climate is hot and wet because plenty of rainfall is there and bright sunlight is there, that's why it is hot and wet. Rajasthan, hot and dry. Sunlight is also there but rainfall is very less, so dry it is. Then Northeast India, it's wet. Okay, more rainfall, less amount of sun rays are there, so it is wet, lot of rainfall is there. Then next question will go, Which of the two changes frequently occur, weather or climate? So which changes frequently? Weather changes frequently. Climate is the average weather pattern. So climate will not change for many years. For climate change, like many times you must have heard on television, climate is changing. So climate change will not occur in a year or in 10 years. It will occur in say 50 or 100 or 200 or maybe thousand of years. So climate does not changes frequently. Weather changes frequently. Morning the weather may be different and afternoon it may be different. Like there can be on a day, suppose in morning you see that the sky is very clear, you plan your work, you go outside without raincoat or umbrella, and then suddenly in afternoon rainfall starts. Okay, so it is weather can change frequently. Next is sixth question. Following are some of the characteristics of animals. Okay, so you have to categorize whether the characteristic is for polar region or for tropical region. Okay, for each characteristic indicate whether it is adaptation for tropical or for polar. Fine. So you have to categorize this either polar or tropical. Fine. So diets heavy on fruits, white fur, need to migrate, loud voice, sticky pads on feet, layer of fat under skin, wide and large paws, bright colors, strong tails, long and large beak. So you have to distinguish these features in two columns, one tropical rainforest, another polar region. The characteristic which comes under tropical rainforest you have to write in that column, and the characteristic which come under polar you have to write in that column, or directly in front of these you can write whether it is tropical or polar. And do you think that some of these characteristics can be adapted for both regions? We'll see the answer. So diets heavy on fruits. Where fruits will be available? Tropical rainforest, right? So tropical, it is characteristic adaptive feature in tropical rainforest. White fur, polar region. Need to migrate, polar region, like migratory birds, Siberian crane for example. Loud voice, tropical rainforest. Sticky pads on feet, tropical rainforest. Okay, red-eyed frog is the example for this. Layer of fat under the skin, polar region, because there is climate is very cold. Wide and large paws, again polar region. Polar bear is the example. Bright colors, tropical rainforest, toucan bird, or many examples are there, zebra and all. They have bright colors. Strong tails, again tropical rainforest. Example is monkey. Long and large beak, tropical rainforest. Example is toucan, right? So none of these characteristics can be adapted for both regions. Why? Because they are specific. Like fat under the skin, if tropical rainforest animals will have this, what problem they will face? They will face the problem of heat, because fat works as a insulator. It doesn't allow body heat to go out, and tropical rainforest is already, the temperature is hot, correct, because of bright sunlight and all. So this is the reason. These adaptive features are specific, so none can be for both. This is the answer. Okay, next question. The tropical rainforest has large population of animals. Explain why it is so. Why it must be? Think why tropical rainforest has huge amount of animals. Polar region, there are hardly few animals, like polar bear is there, penguin is there, right, seal is there. So these are some examples. Very few animals live in polar region because climate is very extreme. Desert also very less type of animals are there. But tropical rainforest has huge amount of animals. We have discussed this in previous videos. Can you write by your own? Write and then see the answer. Okay. So we'll see the answer. Yes, because they are characterized by high rainfall. Tropical rainforest tropical rainforest get huge amount of rainfall. Temperature is almost around a year it's same. Okay, average temperature 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. It can go below 20, it can go above 25. Okay, but it is what? Average. It can go to 15 also, it can reach to more than 40 also, but average temperature is 20 to 25. Fine. So huge rainfall, huge amount of sunlight, you have to write in the answer, though it is not there. Tropical rainforest receives huge rainfall and it also have bright sunlight, so huge number of trees or plants grow in tropical rainforest. And because of lot of plant, lot of herbivore animals are there, and because of lot of herbivore animal, huge amount of carnivore animals are also there. This you should include in your answer. Okay, most of animals are arboreal. Means what is the meaning of arboreal? The animals which live on the trees. Okay, like monkeys and all. Let's move to the next. Explain with examples why we find animals of certain kind living in particular climatic condition. What is the meaning of this question? You have to understand the meaning. It means that we find some animals live in that specific area only. Like example, best example is polar bear lives in only polar region in cold climate. Have you seen polar bear in forest? Have you seen polar bear in zoo? Why? Because that polar bear has adapted it has all the body features which suits polar bear to survive in cold region. Okay, so that's why they can live only in that climate. I told you, if you bring polar bear here in hot climate, polar bear will die because of excess heat. Polar bear has such insulation, such a natural sweater, you can say, natural blanket, you can say, that in summer season in polar region, polar bear gets overheated. Like in summer season we feel hot, like that polar bear feels hot in that cold climate, and polar bear goes for swimming. So you can imagine what kind of body features polar bear is having. So we see the answer. We find animals of certain kind living in particular climatic conditions because every living organisms are adapted to live in the particular habitat. Every living things develop their feature according to the adaptation area. For example, penguins have thick skin to protect themselves from cold and webbed feet. Webbed feet means, you can type on Google and you can see the picture of it. Like suppose this is the palm, and between these two finger if skin is there. Now our two finger there is skin? No, it's open. But if there is a skin in between, then it is called as webbed feet. Okay, in between two fingers skin layer, thin layer of skin is there. So this helps, like scuba divers, it helps for swimming. So these two body features help penguin to swim in water and to live in that climate. So they can't be able to survive in hot climate of tropical regions, as they have developed thick skin for the protection from cold, not from the hot in humid temperature, right? So this is the answer. Next question, how do elephants living in the tropical rainforest adapt itself? We have discussed this in previous video. Let us see what are the body features, how elephant has adapted itself to live in tropical rainforest. Elephant has strong sense of smell. It uses trunk for smell to hold food. They have long ears which help them to keep in body cool, right? Long ears, they help to listen very soft sound. They have thick padded feet which helps them in moving silently. Okay, so these are some body features of elephant. Then we'll go to the next. Choose the correct option. MCQ. A carnivore which with stripes on its body moves very fast while catching its prey. It is likely to found in which areas? Tropical rainforest. Next question, which features adapt polar bears to live in extremely cold climate? See the options. Do polar bear have gills? No, polar bear have lungs, but they can hold their breath for long time. They can close their nostrils for long time. What is the correct answer? The option first, white fur, fat below skin, keen sense of smell. Move to the next. Which option best describes a tropical region? See the options. The correct option is hot and humid. Okay. So we'll end for today. You have to complete the exercise and you have to submit. Now today is 1st of September. You have to submit it by 4th of September. Okay. Wish you all the best.